Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Chris and Tammy here, coming to you live from Toronto. Folks, this morning, what we want to do is we're just going to basically open our back office, and we're going to share with you how we work with the existing email marketing system that's included into your $997 package. And in the same time, we're going to also add a bit more juice to all of this. Is I'm going to share with you my partner, which obviously I'm not talking about my wife at the moment. I'm talking about ChatGPT. I actually have 4.0. So remember that you can have the free version and pretty much the same thing. 4.0 has just a bit more bells and whistles, but we're going to share that with you and show you how I use existing emails, take the information, plug it into with my partner ChatGPT, and with some recommendation, you'll see exactly what I do, and then spits out another version which has added the component that I wanted. And we're going to show you how we do all of this. We're going to walk you through what's available in your back office and how to access things, how to start an email from scratch. And once you start an email from scratch, then of course you can always use it as a template and just modify it without changing the things that are always remaining the same. Like, for example, your signature at the bottom of the email with your social media details and everything else. Tammy, anything else you want to share before we begin?
I just love the fact that the email marketing system is embedded into the back office for free. And so that's amazing, because I know that you've spent a lot of money over the years, Chris, through email marketing systems. So I think a lot of people don't even know that it's there in the back office. So this training is very, very important. And again, it might be overwhelming at the beginning when you're looking at it, but keep in mind there's videos for everything. And when we started with GotBackup back in May, I just went through every single video and learned how to do things through the email marketing. And today we're just randomly doing them constantly, right? So it's just practice. Once you know where all the buttons are, then you know where you're going.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's just start by recognizing some of the folks. I just love the fact that everybody, as they come in, they share where they're from. So we have Lou here. Lou, welcome. Great to have you here. We have Barbara from London, Ontario. We have Kim from Florida. Welcome, Kim. Nice to see you again. We have Sarah here from Ghana. We have Sylvie from Quebec. We have Terry. Welcome, Terry. We have Raymond from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Welcome. Let's see here. We have Vivian. We have Sarah. I think I didn't mention Sarah, right? Yeah, from Ghana. And Ishmael from Tampa, Florida. In fact, Tammy and I are about to book our flights to go to Daytona Beach, which on the other side, right? And on the west side, we're on the east side. And let's see here. We
But we're
have
not going until the
Israel
end of
from
December.
Bir-
People are going to think we're leaving for
Birmingham,
Daytona
UK.
right
I'm
away.
sorry, Tammy. Go ahead.
No, I said people are going to think we're leaving for Daytona, but we don't go there till the end of the year.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah.
for all the people that are building this business in Florida, it's time to come together and let's get the market going there.
Yeah. Oh, good. Look at this. We have Michael Jordan here from Trinidad, Tobago. That's where my mom is from. That my roots are actually from Trinidad, actually Port of Spain in my case. Um, I know Tobago is a bigger island. So anyway, go folks. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Great to have you here. So we want to share with you what we do, and we hope that you really come back to this training. Now, as you know, we have a board. We keep our trainings on our board. So every time you click on that, you can go in and go look at the titles to see what it is you want to hear about. We have about over a year now, about a year and a half of training there. And there's some other things that we're planning to do to really help people grow a 6 to 7 figure income with this business, as Tammy and I have been doing for many, 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 many years. And we're starting GotBackup from scratch, folks. We started from the bottom, but with our position, and we're growing and growing and growing and growing and growing. And the reason why we're growing is because we're not distracted, with all the different deals that are popping in every hour. We're very focused, and when we marry for life. So unless something happens, and whatever company or deals we're working with is unfortunately unable to function, then we need to continue our journey. But the fact is, Tammy and I are very, very committed, and we want to show you how you can maximize what's embedded into GotBackup. Because folks, often maybe to the untrained eye, when you look at this, it's more like, what have you done for me lately? But what you don't realize, for $997 a month, for less than $10 a month, folks, you have access not only to a GotBackup service, right, a cloud service with 6 terabytes for the price of 2. I know you hear that often, but we also have an entire marketing system behind this. Folks, this is not free. I'm still paying for the other system that I've been using for a long time, for at least over 10 years, and I'm paying about $600 to $700 a year for that. Okay. So again, you need to understand the gift that GotBackup provides that often we don't realize. So that's why we want to do this training. So Tammy, what we're going to do here is I'm going to click on the lead capture system. That's what we're focusing on today. Okay. And from there, what we're going to do is, Tammy, you can go from left to right, and then we'll expand from that. Go ahead.
All right. So you can see he's right there on the dashboard. So that's what you see in your dashboard. You've got your GotBackup pre-enrolled. You've got your resellers. Those are your members that you personally brought in. You've got co-op, as you can see when you go down. Some of you are creating different campaigns. Some of you have experience on this and just coming in to check out to see if there's something that that you could learn from. But you can create your own different campaigns, different languages. There's so much possibility here. And you even can see the people who are suspended that you personally brought in. You can follow up with them, see what's missing for them to reignite their positions. And you can see there's always canceled. There's one thing we learn in business is the fact that not everybody is going to stay. When we sign people up, we just, think that everybody's going to stay. They're not. There's going to be people that are going to quit. There's going to be people that are going to wander. There's going to be people that are going to go inactive. Their cards expired. They're not really focused on stuff. But this is when you build relationships, right? Getting back with the people. So that you see all on your dashboard. You can see in the center there where it says, click here to enter your contact details. So you can make sure that you have all of that done. For those of you who have that, we were just mentioning, Chris and I, it'd be great to have Instagram, TikTok. So we'll talk to Joel about adding some other social media features on there. as well. And yeah, so in your campaigns, you've got your stats, you've got your list of campaigns. You can see there, you got the, again, you got your numbers there, how many people have you sent stuff to, who actually opened it, how many people clicked on links, the ones that have failed, your actives, and yeah, pending, unsubscribed, or blocked. You can see all of that looking at that. And again, as I mentioned, on the right, you can see watch training video. Okay, so this is what I did when I first started. And it's good to refresh and review and go back and look at it again and again and again until you get it. Okay, so we're going to go right into the message now, Chris.
Yeah. Now, just so you know, the reason why the pre-enrollee only says 4, there was a lot more, is because I've reset it because I did some different things. So what you're seeing here is what I started about 2 weeks ago. But that's the reason why these numbers are a little low. But you will
Oh, yeah,
see
you've
how
been
we go
doing
about.
the emails.
Okay.
That's right.
So you want me to go into message?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right. So in the messages there, you can see there's a follow up. You can see you've got add follow up, a broadcast. If you want to just broadcast something, send broadcast is creation, and opt in message. You can create some opt in messages also. And if you looked at the opt in video itself, you'll see in the opt in video, it's creating. It's used mainly when you want to add somebody to a list and you want to send them a message that they're going to receive an email, and where they accept the email, so they're receiving things from you. So again, read that. I honestly have not used that yet because I've not um, manually added people as of yet. I've been using myself personally. We pay for co-op, and we do campaigns when we do trade shows and stuff. We have leads, and pre-enrolled are basically people that Chris and I have personally called or personally, met them, and we gave them our GotBackup tour, and we encourage them to just put their name and email so that they're part of the database so that they can sign up. Most people sign up after that. That's why.
So where do you want me to go right now, Tammy?
Yeah. So I'm just kind of showing them what the options that are available. So we're going to focus, and if you look on the right side where you see campaign, there you can see the campaigns that you're using, whatever you're using, what's available, and so mainly you're going to do in campaigns. What we're going to talk about today is pre-enrolled. People will put their name and their email. And then there's the co-op too. If you're part of the co-op, you can actually duplicate if you choose. Now, before we get started, Chris, I just wanted to share with everybody that GotBackup has emails done for you. And some of you may have purchased them. We did. We thought that it was really important to have them and to learn from them. And now we're able to create more to extend our email marketing system.
Tammy, before we jump off the subject, I want to make sure that people understand that the backup pre-enrollee, this is the email campaign that by default, every single person you send them your link from the English link, right? It's going to end up in that list. And we'll go into more details in a minute. It's just that while we're here, I want you, because I know you're seeing here Spanish, Italian, French. If you saw my dashboard earlier, you saw French. I had one person. That's because I've used the actual link that is provided in your back office. And I just wanted to identify this right away. When you see reseller tool in English, French, Italian, Spanish, well, whatever these link points to, it always points to a campaign. It matches with the language. And that's what this is. Spanish, we'll go with the Spanish. Italian, same thing. French, same thing. When they click on that link, they end up on that. Excuse me, where are we here? End up here. Okay. Now, when you use this tool in English, they end up in the pre-enrollee. Okay. So I wanted to point this out because we're going to show you how you can, first of all, purchase emails, but you can also create your own emails. Okay. And then also the reseller, this is some person that activates. When they activate, there's no emails in there. You need to create those emails. We're going to show you what we send when someone enrolls. Like a couple of days ago, I enrolled a very good friend of mine. And the moment they got enrolled, they got the very first email, they acknowledged the first email. And I go through a list of things that they need to do. Connect to the Telegram group. Make sure you download the board. Make sure that you look at this video. And you know what I mean? I point them, we point them in the right direction to make sure that they have all the tools on hand. So my business is automated. Okay, so we're going to walk you through this. So we're going to focus again, not to repeat, but just to underline again, we're going to focus on the GotBackup reseller, the GotBackup co-op traffic, and of course, the pre-enrollee. And keep in mind that if you're speaking in these languages and you use those links available here, they go into their respective campaigns. Okay, so carry on, Tammy.
Yeah, so let's just go ahead. And you want to, where do you want to start? You want to start with the broadcast?
Well, let's just continue this over here. So if you go on the subscribers over here, right, it basically go through all of the subscribe, which you kind of saw on my dashboard earlier, right? So on my reseller, I have 302 that were sent. The pre-enrollee, like I said, I've reset that recently. And it's really interesting, right? It's been 21 times it's been open, even though it's been sent for. So it's been active. So it's really interesting, right? Look, you can see the co-op. It's, you know, there's a lot more activities that are there because there's about 201.99 or whatever the amount I have in there, right? Every time I send that, then of course it adds up to this number. This is the amount I've opened compared to what I sent. And this is the people clicking. As you can see, there's a drop there. It failed. That means the emails didn't get sent. Maybe it was a bad email and so forth. Okay. So that's where it goes. So you have your subscribers list over here. And then from there, you have your, and again, I'm not going to turn around and make that because it's pointing here to a list that it's empty. But if I put my pre-enrollee, my reseller, of course, if I'm doing this as a recorded call, you guys can go ahead and start emailing all my people, right? So we're not going to open that up, but you understand what's going on. You can add a subscriber, and every time you do something, make sure you select the right campaign that you want the subscriber to be added to. Okay. And of course, and then we have the email analytics. Again, you don't really need to spend a lot of time on that. It's just for you to know that it's there. It compares a previous email to another email, and you can play with it, but really don't spend too much time. That's where you want to spend time, is the follow-up and broadcast. These are the two links we're going to be focusing on from there. So Tammy, tell me where you want to go from there.
So I guess let's go to the follow-up, the one at the top, so everybody can see. All right. So when you click on follow-up, you go to the campaign and go to pre-enroll, Chris. So when somebody clicks on your GotBackup tour and they put their name and their email, remember that the company is sending stuff out to everybody, because not everybody is doing this. They're not connecting with their leads. Chris and I want to build relationships with our leads, with our connections, so that we can bring them in, and faster than just the company randomly sending stuff out all the time. So here you can see several emails that we put together and created. Chris did some stuff through ChatGPT. What we do is we both do different things, and then we share source codes so that we have them. We just have to change our personal information. So here you're going to see, if you did not purchase the emails done for you for the pre-enrolled, which you can still purchase if you contact the company and ask support the cost of getting the email.
In fact, I mean, you know what? People, sorry for interrupting, you can go to Marketplace. If you go to the Marketplace, now remember, I may not have the same things you have, because a lot of things I've already purchased.
Yeah.
But if you click on those, you can actually add, for example, if I wanted to have This one here, I think it's in Espanol, I think. This here is in French, right? So I already have the English. I have the co-op package. I also have the pre-enrollee package. So you won't see it here. But if you click on those, it will populate it automatically. And what will happen is they will end up into the proper campaign. So if I go back to my lead capture system over here, and again, I go back to my follow-ups. This is really where you want to spend your time. And of course, remember what I pre-selected here earlier, which is my pre-enrollee. And if I go back to my resellers, then that's the email that they receive. Okay, you can see here that that's been going on for a little while. Sent 68 times. It's been open 125 times. It kind of makes sense because some people want to go back and say, oh, what was the link for me to connect to this or to do this or to download that? And people come back to it. Okay, so it's been clicked often. So that's the first. If you look at the difference between the first email and the other ones, it's night and day. And that email, again, we'll come back to it a little bit later, but you'll see that it's just an introduction of Tammy and I and so forth to say welcome. So let's go back to the pre-enrollee and go ahead, Tammy.
Yeah. So if you didn't purchase the emails done for you, it's going to be blank.
Yeah, it's going to look like this. Oh, sorry. Actually, that's not the right one. Hold on. Okay, it's going to look like that's probably empty here. Yeah, it's going to look like this.
Yeah. Okay. And the video, you can watch the video after we do these sessions, but the video is going to show you how to do all the details. But we are going to go through some of the stuff with you so you know how to put these emails together. Chris, I'm the direction you're going with ChatGPT. I'm not sure where you want to go with all of this.
Okay, so let me take it from here. So what's happening here, folks, is these are the same subjects that were in the email campaign that I purchased from GotBackup, except for those two. Okay. And the reason why I kept the subject is because Joel is a professional. That's his expertise, is getting people to open an email. And your subject is absolutely critical. So I'm not going to turn around and make a subject just because I like it. Because I like it doesn't mean that the general public, they're going to click on it. There's a science behind all of this. And these subjects that you see here are generally subjects that were tested over time that has the most open rates. So that's the reason why, and I'll show you on ChatGPT what I did with this. Okay. So what I did from there is I simply, except for the first two, and I'll explain to you why in a minute here, it's a little bit of a longer email, but that's because when someone comes in and they click on my, if I go back here, just again, I want to identify where this is coming from for your education. When you go to my reseller tool in English, okay, so I'm kind of revisiting here what I was telling you. These are the links that everybody's familiar with, okay? So for example, in my social media, and I'll show you in a minute where this is, I'm using this one. Why? Because they already have videos that are watching on TikTok and Instagram. I don't need them to watch another video. So the moment they click on the link, I want them to get their information on the spot. So I'm going to send them this link. But if I'm talking, for example, to my friend that I just enrolled a couple of days ago, I'm going to send them this link because they already know. They already know what's going on. So they don't need to watch in a video, get to my emails, which they will end up anyway. But what happened here is if I click on this link, for example, it's going to open a new page, right? I turn around and I click on getting started. And what I did is I took this link and I sent that over to him. Why? Because it bypassed everything. It goes right to the sign up point. And then I suggest for them to start with the year. They click on the year and they went ahead and enrolled. Very straightforward and simple. Okay. So in this case, this is what I did. Now, if I'm dealing with, for example, my hairdresser or my barber, I should say, and then from there, he doesn't know me from Adam, doesn't know anything and everything else. And I know that the videos, in fact, there's some new videos coming up, but this video, again, remember, the new prospect doesn't know anything. It just gives them a sense of urgency. So I may send them this one. Okay. And then from there, there's a video. Again, put their name and email. And the reason why I brought you here is because whatever they click, whatever link they click, when they turn around and opt in, they end up in my lead capture system under my pre-enrollee. So let's go back to my follow-ups. Okay. So I'm doing this so you understand the logic. That's not magic, right? There's a sequence that the system recognizes as to why they start receiving those emails. So now they end up on my pre-enrollee. So when in my pre-enrollee, what they start receiving, I'm just going to click the I here, so this will open it. This is a video that Tammy and I did just as an introduction. When you click on that, it's going to play a video for them. Then I turn around and I say, thank you for showing interest in GotBackup. I'm thrilled to share more about this service. Can both protect your digital life and unlock a fantastic business opportunity. So I'm kind of touching on the fact that we have a great cloud service, but by the way, there's also an income there. And then I just briefly touch a little bit about the product, a little bit about the opportunity, and then from there, are you ready to get started? And then from there, I click on the GotBackup. And when you click on the tab here, see what I did? I bring him right to the page where they're ready to sign up. Okay. So again, I just wanted to point that out. And at the end, what I did here is I like to show that there's a team behind this, which is the corporate team. So I kept that over here, so to make him see that I'm not alone. And I have my social media over here. Okay, you can choose to have your own website. You don't even have to. That website is just a quick introduction about who we are, because people don't know us. So we want them to get a feel for who we are, right? They can book a call, they can contact us, and all of these things, right? It gives us a bit of an idea of what's going on. So from there, on the bottom of the email, we have a signature. And what I found is my social media on TikTok and Instagram, I should say Instagram and TikTok, has grown because now my prospects that don't know me are getting to know, who's this guy? What does he do? And that's what the email marketing is all about. When someone tells me, well, I bought all these leads, but it's not working for me. Well, I think you got to go a little further in there. Why is it not working for you? Because those emails are empty. There's no soul in there. There's nothing. There's just text and nobody knows. And it's possible that you may convert someone just out of pure luck. But the conversion will occur when people get to know you. They get to understand, who are you? And so that's why I have these social links over here. So if you click on that, it'll take you to the Instagram account that I created. You can see I just started this account, and it's starting to evolve. You can see here all the reels and all the little things. The views are starting to grow. Tammy and I are sharing a little bit of information here. And just videos to get people to track here, how to install it. This here, how to install the software, how to install on the phone. There's also some tabs over here where here's the deal, here's the opportunity, here's the software, here's recognition. You see what's going on? So it's kind of hidden, but it's all part of the marketing strategy. If you go to our TikTok, same situation, but different social media platform. So from there, they clicked on here. And then from there, you can see that TikTok is a little bit different, right? This one, you can see him went a little bit more viral than the other ones, right? And we have our link here for people to be able to have your link there. Now, the training is not on TikTok today, but you have to convert your account into a business account, okay? It doesn't cost anything. You just have to prove that you're in business. And you can see here that this, it's really interesting, right? There's 140 on Instagram, but there's only 7 on TikTok. But then we shared this here. This is just a picture, right? That's it. And this one has been seen 650 times.
It's funny.
It's a different audience that are in TikTok and Instagram. And that's the reason why I do both, right? So this one here, again, went 880 times. You can see Lady Gaga, obviously Lady Gaga, right? It's 8,701. But if you look at Instagram, it was 7. Right. So it's a different audience. It's really, really interesting. And the goal here is to attract attention. I only have 26 followers, but there's 1,067 likes. And what's going on is starting to build an interest. So all this to say here, folks, is every email they receive has our social media platform. They can connect with us, plus a bit of an introduction. So the reason is we're showing you how to create your email, but some of you, well, how do I convert? Why is it not working? Why people are not signing up? It's because they don't know you from Adam. They don't know who you are. And that's what we're trying to do. So that's the very first email. And then the second one, what's happening is similar thing, but now we're starting to build a rapport. You know that video that you guys have available here, right? If you go back to your extra promo tool, the videos are there. So if you click on that, they watch that video. It's a nice video that actually has, it kind of connects people.
Yeah. Relativity for sure.
Right. So again, it's just to encourage them. It's to get them to know who I am. Right. Don't wait another day. Sign up. I go back in here. Same thing, guys. I just keep drilling this, and then from there they can sign up. And this, by the way, is the power line. Is, and again, for them, since the data signed up in the company, people keep coming in, and it shows how many people came in. Doesn't mean it's going to be in our downline. All it means is in the company, there's been people that signed up, right? And this is what's going on. It creates a sense of, oh my God, maybe I should start right now. And you'll notice that every email, I have the same social media links here, so they can get to know me, right? So this is how this goes. Now, over here, you'll notice from there, I kept all the email that came with the package that I purchased. Let me rephrase that. I kept all the subject from the email that I package. People love their names. So you want to make sure that their names are part of the subject. Maybe not every single time, but some cases I change. But in this case, it's always there. When people see their name, they feel that it's personal. It's addressed to them. That's one of the things. So if you click on this and you open it, okay, and you'll recognize when I go to the ChatGPT, okay, and what I did is I did another video over here. Oops, okay, click on that. And that little video explains. I thought I had messed up. I forgot to back up the photos on my phone again. Okay, so I'm not going to play this because you guys can watch them. It's accessible here on your extra promo tool. And I'll show you at the end that I use the VIP package to upload all these videos, and that's where these links are sitting. This is where the actual videos are sitting to be able to have a link, right? So we can share with that a little bit later. And then don't just watch, take action. Now, this is deviated from the email campaign that I purchased with GotBackup, but with a little twist of ChatGPT. Explore GotBackup now. Look what I just did. Same song and dance. Okay. So I keep encouraging, and at the bottom, again, they turn around. And I'm finding out that some people are opting in and they want to know what I'm doing. Some are curious to see what's this guy up to, and some are associates. They say, well, I want to copy what he's doing, whatever. Right. So that's what's going on. Okay. Now I'll show you how to start an email from scratch in a minute here. But Tammy, was there anything else you want to add before I continue?
Yeah, Sylvie Cosette sent something to, because I'm working with a small group that are doing email marketing learning.
Yeah.
And she shared a link in there, subjectline.com. I'm not sure where you got that, Sylvie. Maybe it was through Fraser Brooks, because I know you're part of his stuff. But subjectline.com, it's really, really interesting. Obviously, you only get a few free, right? It's always like that when you click on things and then they want you to pay. But I went in, what's interesting is when I put the subjects, some of the subjects that Joel has and some of the subjects that we've created, it actually rates the subject line for you. And you'll see the percentages of what's going to attract people to go open it and click. And that's the most important thing. Your subject line is absolutely critical. So when you go to subjectline.com, let me just put it in the subject here.
You want me to type it in?
Yeah, go ahead, Chris.
Subjectline.com.
Yep.
Okay.
Right there. And if you enter enter one of Joel's subjects, Chris, it's really interesting.
Okay, hold on. Let's get let's
don't get caught just watching. Yeah.
Okay. No, yeah, I have to go in the body of the email. Just
yeah, you have to go in the body. Yeah.
Yeah.
Open it up. Yeah. So it's interesting. Now I'm playing around with this as well, and then you can work
on here, Tammy, right?
Yeah, do the whole thing, the subscriber too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because that's part of it, because it'll rate that on being part of it. So, I mean, just this alone, will make a difference in your email marketing strategies. So,
So 83 out of 100.
yeah. I don't
Okay.
know if it's HTTP or HTTPS.
Contain any word that has more than 8 characters. Need sublet urgency. Subtitle urgency. Okay. Length is over 50 characters. Okay, I see. Yeah, because the subject might be a little bit long, and I know that could be an issue.
So it
But
gives you some feedback on all of this. It's quite interesting. Okay, it
okay,
wouldn't
well,
let me do
this
that.
is
Let me
really good.
see.
And what we're doing here, goals guys, is we're just kind of opening up our back office and show you exactly how we do things, so you understand how to do your own. So let me go back here. Tammy was there. Were you done
It's
with
not
this
allowing
topic?
me to send it, so it's okay. But everybody saw you do it anyways. So that's quite interesting. You know, there's so many tools out there, and when you invest in yourself and take courses, which is absolutely critical, um, often trainers are going to share stuff like this that you can share with your teams so that you can learn and grow. So, oh, that's why, because you had to send it. I get
Yeah, yeah,
it. Okay.
Tammy, and I did put it in there, so it's all good.
Okay.
It's in the subject. So
Awesome.
so
So
anyway, the point here,
that's going to
folks.
help you tremendously. Yeah.
Yeah. So the point here is, okay, now let's say that I'd like to start this from scratch, right? I don't have any emails right now.
Hmm.
Okay. So one thing is that you need to do is you need to create some content. Like I suggest at the beginning, I like to welcome them, and kind of mention that there's a service, there's an opportunity. This may turn some people off. Fine. I'm really not interested to work just with customers. I'm looking for business builders. That's what I do. So if they're not interested because of that, fine. That's cool. Each their own. It's cool. For some of you, may want to target it towards your customers, or it really depends on what you're looking for. It's
Hmm.
entirely up to you. But let's just say that in my pre-enrollee, I'd like to start putting some stuff in there. Okay. So what you want to do is you want to add a follow up. Okay. Now, when you add a follow up, what's happening here is it's going to start, and here it's going to say the frequency. Well, I want this to be sent one day after the previous one. So if I have 9 email, 10 emails, 0 email. So for example, the very first email you get, you don't want to put a 1 there. You want to put 0. Why? 0 means immediately.
Hmm.
When you put 1, a day after. So when they enroll and opt into your database, you don't want them to wait till tomorrow to get to email. You want them to get email immediately to acknowledge the fact that they put their name and email there. Okay. So the reason why it's 1 is because now I'm adding 1 at the end of my sequence of emails. And then, of course, there is your subject. Now, in your subject, you can select the person's name. So it would be, in this case, a subscriber. Okay. You got to be careful that you don't go with your information, right? It's not your affiliate or it's a subscriber's name. So usually I would put first name. Okay.
Hmm.
Not the affiliate's name, but your subscribers. So that would be first name. Okay. Right there. And when you go to the subject, when you click go, it populates it. And then you can put the rest of your subject. So I would put, let's say, a comment and comma. And let's say here, now I'm not sure what to say. Okay, let's go to my friend ChatGPT. Okay. So I'm using the version 4.0 here. When you have the 4.0, there is a whole lot more modules that you can take advantage of that is available, that is not still available in the free version. So I'm using Auto Writer. Okay. So I really like this one. I love the results of it. So from there, you can see here that just this morning, just before this training, I said, can you add another email to my series with an upcoming event in October? Now, folks, I'm not telling you there is one. It's just simulating. Okay. So what's really interesting here is because there's a whole bunch of emails and things that were done before. So that is like a thread, right? And that ChatGPT will recognize, well, that's what Chris has been talking about. So I don't have to specify a lot of information other than just add the fact that we have an upcoming event. So can you add another email to my series with an upcoming event in October? Here's the following email incorporating an October event. So it's going to remember some of the things I talked about before. in my series. So the subject is exciting event in October. Don't miss out. And then the name of the person. So I would cut and paste this, for example. I would go back to my, and I may turn around and say, okay, that's my subject. Perfect. Okay. So exciting event in October. Don't miss out. So, and then the name of the person. Again, personalizing makes a pretty big difference. Now, this is empty. There's nothing in there. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and search for a template. I always use the same one. I like to use the GotBackup one. There's only one. And I
Yeah,
want to
use
use
got
this
backup.
template. Sorry, Tommy?
Yeah, use got backup for
Yeah.
sure.
So there.
Done for you.
You guys recognize this? Okay, if you go back to the previous segment on the video, you'll notice obviously they were different. It's pointing to a different social media platforms, but this is your template. Now the key is to modify this information here. Okay, so what I'm going to do here, guys, is I'm going to do this. Okay, I'm going to cheat a little bit. So I'm going to go back. Okay, and I'm going to use, for example, this last email here. Okay. And what I'm going to do is, okay, so it's just to brag a little bit. Remember, these are my prospects, right? So what happens here is I'm going to get the source code. Okay. I'm going to copy this. Okay. And I'm going to go back. I'm teaching you all our tricks here, guys. And I'm going to add a follow-up. And of course, I have to retype the message here, but I'm going to go back to my source code. I'm going to paste it. Boom. Magic. Huh? I don't have to retype everything. Everything is there. All I have to do is change the image and change the content. So from there, let's go back to my ChatGPT. That was my title. So here we are. Okay. Now the body of the image. Well, this over here, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to leave that alone for a moment.
Maybe put something else so they can see how it's done, Chris. They need to see how it's done.
Yeah. I will come back to it for sure.
Okay.
So from there, let's go back to my ChatGPT and let's see what it did here. Okay, it did. Hi, subscriber. I've got some exciting news for you. This October, there's an incredible opportunity coming up. That you absolutely won't want to miss. Join us for this special backup event in October. Now, I don't have a specific date, folks, because I'm just going to give you an example here. We'll be hosting a live event that will dive deep into the 4 principles to building a 7+ figure network marketing team, right? You'll hear the top leaders, get insight tips, and exactly how GotBackup can help you safeguard your digital life and build a thriving business. Why attend? So this came from GotBackup, and it's taking some insights from previous emails that were posted in there. Okay. So, and then mark your calendar, date, time, and everything else. So let's just say I'm cutting and paste all of that. Let's see. Okay, let's go back to here. Oh, sorry. Let's go this. I'm doing this in real time here, guys. Up to this. Okay, copy. Let's go back here. Okay, let's go back to my text here. Let's see. Let's get rid of that. And we probably don't need this. I'm going to keep the bottom portion. Delete that. Don't need this. Okay, let's cut and paste this. And what I'm going to do is this portion over here, I'm going to take that, Control X, okay, so I'm just deleting it. I'm going to add it to this portion here, a second part. There we go.
Yeah, make it bigger because it's too small.
Definitely. So from there, let's make that a little bit bigger. Oh, I'm just going to go in blocks here. I'm going to put that, let's say I want to use, I like Thomas, and let's go 14. Okay. It looks much nicer, by the way, than once the email is out. Okay, cool. And this over here, regards. Maybe I'll just remove the word regards because I already have it done there. There we go. So what's the font I'm using here? That's Helvetica. Let's use Helvetica. Helvetica is kind of generic and clean and nice. Let's use Helvetica. Here we go. Okay. Helvetica 14. And this one over here, obviously, we need to make sure that it's consistent. We want to use Helvetica. We want this to be at 14. Perfect. Okay. And if you want more space, you can actually do that, right? You can, kind of make it a bit more spacey. So it's, there we go. And of course, you remember that links have to be updated, right? So here we would have to have the date, insert time. Not going to worry about this right now, but you understand it's common sense, right? And regards. And then the bottom here, P.S. Please feel free to reach out to me anytime. I'm going to keep that to help you grow in an amazing business together. My best email, blah, blah, blah. Okay.
Show
So
them how to insert a field from the body of the email when you go to insert field on the top.
you're talking about this? Oh, yeah. Okay. Sounds good for sure.
Show them all the details of what they need to do with the links and the
So
pictures.
let me go down here, for example, and how did I get the affiliate email? Okay. So that's what Tammy's asking. So here, that's when you do this, when you insert field, you click on that and you go under the subscriber, the affiliate.
Your information,
Yes,
correct?
I'm the affiliate and I
Mhm.
want my email. Boom. You see here, it's exactly the same thing that was there before.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was done. So I'm just going to leave that for now. And the affiliate full name, it's the same thing over here, right? I would actually go in here. I would select affiliate. What did I see here? Full name right here. Okay, boom. Okay, so that would be it. So I'm just going to leave that for now. Okay, I didn't realize where my cursor was, but that's how you insert a field. Okay.
And then a picture. Yeah.
Yeah, I will do that. So over here, for example, we have a Facebook account. So we call it Chris and Tammy. So we click on that and I go up. Let me just go back so I can see. Okay. I go up here. I click on insert edit link. Okay. And you'll notice that once you save it, GotBackup creates our own link. Okay. But really what this is my Facebook link. So let's say I'm not sure what that is. So I would go here. I would go to Facebook. Let's see. I would go here to, it's Beth and Stone wedding anniversary. So I would go to Chris and Tammy. Okay. What's going on here? Sure, whatever. Okay. So now I'm at the Chris and Tammy over here. Look what's happening here, folks. Here's my link. I copy that. I come back to my GotBackup where it says link here. Boom. Okay. And then you save it. Same thing for Instagram. Same thing for TikTok, right? So it's and you just kind of modify it in the same way. We have our YouTube channel, and that way, again, it's for them to get to know us a bit better. So, and then once it's done, so what did I put here? I put the subject, everything, and okay. Obviously, it's not 100% complete. I would have to add a link over here. But okay, so tell me what. So let's change the picture right now. So right now, what I could do on ChatGPT, I could go ahead and let's see here. There's previous segments that I've done over here, guys. And I can actually have ChatGPT create an image for me. Maybe that's too complicated. Should I skip that, Tammy, or should I?
Yeah, maybe
just find one. Okay.
Yeah. It could be anything, Chris. Just put a picture. It doesn't matter. They just need to know how to insert a picture.
Okay. So right now, what you do is you click on the icon. You can delete that, but I'm just going to override it. So I'm going to click on the icon over here. You can see that that's the current one it's pointing to. So I want to upload a new image. I'm going to browse my computer. And let's see what I got here. Let's do this one.
Yeah.
Okay. That's in a video that Tammy and I did. And I took a little snapshot from one of our VIP, from the VIP VTuber. Okay. Now, one thing here, as long as it's within 600 by 600. So it fits in that frame. Okay. So from there, you want to make sure that you don't go, if let's say it's bigger than 600, make sure that you put the dimension 600 and the constraint proportion to contain the proportion, it will do it on its own. Okay. But you want to make sure that the distance is no more than 600. If it's more, it becomes ugly. Your email will be disproportionate. Okay, you'll have a big image that doesn't fit the rest of the writing. So that's why 600 is perfect. But I like the default that was there. So I'm just going to go back to what it was. I'm going to bring it up again. Okay, upload, choose. Okay, because it's close to 600. So because if I put 600, it distorts the image a little bit because it's designed for more of a phone service. And here it is. Okay. So this would be the image, and that's how. And let's say you want to add a link to that image. Okay. So what happens over here? Again, you click on the image, and now you add a link. Okay. So there's nothing now. So one thing I could do here is I could go to, for example, let me go again to my. Let me open another session of GotBackup because I don't want to get out of what I'm currently doing right now. Okay. Just going to log in. I hope that's helping here, folks. I hope that's helpful. Like I said, we're just opening up.
So they must be learning and taking notes, which is great.
Okay,
and again,
so from there,
yeah.
I'm gonna go to my VIP. That's where the VIP has a lot of value, and I'm gonna go to my video streaming sharing. Okay, you recognize this one? That's the video that we just did. Okay, this is the video to watch the introduction of GotBackup. These are presentation and so forth. So let's focus on this one over here. And what I want is I want to access the link of that video. So when I click on this, you want to select the video URL, not the MP4. MP4, what you're telling them to do is to download the entire file into their phone or their computer, where if you happen to be living in an area where bandwidth costs money and it's heavy, you don't want that. You just want to send them the link so they don't have to download the entire video. So I'm going to copy that link that came from my VIP. I'm going to go back to GotBackup, and I'm going to go and paste it here. Boom. Okay. So now it's there. Okay. So when you click on this, you're going to see the video that we did relevant to that picture. Obviously, technically, we would have another video that would talk about the event, but in this case, it's just for the sake of this example. So here's the email. Here's the link. And again, the link here would probably be what they put here is probably, yeah, that's just when you don't have the link yet, you put a pound sign, and when you click on it, it just does nothing. Okay. But obviously that would be maybe a link for them to reserve an event. Some of you, like for example, in Ghana, it was a wonderful event. And for them to register, you would have that link right over here. Okay. That's how it's done. Yeah. So from there, I think we're good. Okay. Everything is good there. So now when I say add, it's going to add this email. Okay. You see the little blue line here? You guys happy to have a Mac? Okay. Now it's over here. Boom. Exciting event in October. Obviously, I wouldn't put this email in a series of follow-ups, but I just wanted to show you how you add an email. Now let's check this email. I click on the I. Here we go. So let's say I want to see that video. So what I do, I'm going to open this to a new tab. That's the invitation video that we just did. Hey there, Chris and I wanted to invite you. Okay. So that's the video here, which is working. Perfect. Hi, Christian. It took my name because, I'm watching it myself, but let's say you receive that email, it will take your name there. We replace this ID by the age, if you recall. And then from there, here's the rest of the email. Okay, I think it's reasonable. It's a nice layout. Why attend, blah, blah, blah. Mark your calendar, the date, the time, where, all of these things, and then reserve your spot. As I mentioned earlier, when you click on this right now, it does nothing because it's just a pound sign. So there's really nowhere to go back. Okay. So it's just going to there by default. Okay. So let me just get rid of that so we don't confuse. Okay. And then from there, notice everything's the same, right? We have our Facebook here that I showed you just to show you that it is working. Okay. It's going here, and it's the Chris and Tammy. Okay. This is our personal thing. Okay. So there, and that's it. The rest is there. Our social media.
Once you create what Chris is doing with the I, make sure you click on all the links. You want to make sure that everything is
Yes.
functioning the way you want it before you send it out. So let's go into, Chris, the actions. So people see what these tabs are for the actions for the emails. So the first one, you can see the pencil. Maybe you can click on the pencil, Chris.
Mm-hmm. This is what opens the email.
Correct. So you can open and edit anytime. You know, if you're working on it and you have to run, just make sure on the bottom part, go click to the bottom, Chris, because I've made that mistake. Make sure you click on that edit, because you want to make sure you're saving anything that you're creating. And you can see the message has been updated successfully. So
Yeah.
don't walk away and not click on that, because if you go out of that, you're going to lose what you just worked on. I've made that mistake.
Yeah. And you'll notice that the first time when you create it, it will take you back to the original page. But once you do an update, it remains on the page. So one thing you could do is you can just go back and just go back to the follow-up, or I usually kind of go back um, uh, to previous screen, and it just takes me there. Okay. So again, this one. Now I'm not going to click on this, but if I click on that, this is basically that. Well, it's
That's
like adding another email. Earlier I click on add a follow-up. Well, you can also do this over here. If you click the plus sign, it will I'm just going to show you. It's just going to open a new page. And again, now you can start a new email. Okay. So I'm just going to go back because we're not starting a new email right now. We're still working on that one. This here, if I want to send the email to myself, so the email that you have embedded in your system when you're the emails that GotBackup send you to, and all the emails you receive from the email that's in the system, that's where you're going to send it to. So if you click on that, it's going to turn around and send you the email. It's going to be a little green message. It said, "Oh, it's been sent to my email." Perfect. Okay. And if I go back to my email, I'm just going to bring it up here. Here we go. It just came up. And if I go like that, sorry, I have a multiple screen. And let's say I bring it over here, right? I just received the email. Okay. There's no name because I'm sending it to myself. But you can see that's another way where you can test, make sure your email is working fine. This is really, really, really important that you do. I highly, highly, highly recommend that. Because there's nothing worse than sending an email and links don't work. It's frustrating. It takes away some of the professionalism that you're trying to maintain. Okay. So in this particular case here, folks, I basically added this email into my pre-enrollee, which really it's not where it should be going. So here's what I'm going to do, guys. Okay. I'm going to go back and click the plus, the pen. By the way, if you click the X, it just deletes it. And I'll show you that in a minute because I'm about to do that. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to click this source code. I'm going to copy what I just worked on. Okay. And I'm going to go back. And before I delete it, I'm going to go into where I want us to go. When I do broadcasts, this is an email you can send at any time, any day. It's not part of a campaign. It's an email you choose to send today. Okay. So if I want to create a new broadcast, just send a broadcast. So I click on this. Now it's empty. There's nothing there. First thing, I'm going to go back to my source code. I'm going to paste it. Boom, magic. It's back. It's here now. Okay. Now the title, well, of course, I know where I created it. So I'm going to get it back again from here. Go back. That's what Tammy and I do regularly here, folks.
We're used to doing this now on a regular basis. So
we're just kind of showing you exactly what we do. So from there, okay, the email now happens to be there. Okay. And I'm just going to say add. Oh, something is something. Oh, yeah, of course.
Oh, you didn't put it where you're going
to send it to. Yeah. So this is where you would choose, well, I want to send this to, let's say, I want to send that to my reseller, to my pre-enrollee, to my co-op, And that's pretty
Yeah.
much what
You
I
want to
got.
invite everybody.
I'm
Exactly.
inviting everybody.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so now the system says, okay, I got what you need. I'm ready. I'm not sending it right now. All it's doing is it's adding it to my subject ready to go. When you click the plus here, it's gone. No, I'm
Yeah.
not going to
Just
do that
queue.
because people
Yeah.
are going to be very confused. It's like, links don't work. You don't have a date. You understand my meaning. But I can go back here. I can view. Okay, let's see. And that's when, okay, I need to do this. I need to do this. I need to do that. I need to find that link over here. The rest is pretty much good. Obviously, that video right now,
It's for
it's
Friday.
a welcome video to invite them to come and see our presentation on Friday, right? So obviously the content is not in context. So we would have to do a new video and then we would upload it, and we'll come back to the VIP access in a moment. But this is how this. You see how I transfer my email from my pre-enrollee to my broadcast. So I'm going to go back to follow up now because that email, I don't really want it there on my pre-enrollee
No, you got
because
to get rid of that.
it's something that's out of context. This is
Yeah.
designed for my prospect. And, 3 months from now, October's past. I don't want them to receive a past event. So I'm just going to click delete. And yes, I'm sure that's the right one. Done. It's gone. Okay. So now we're back to where we were.
Yeah. So obviously a follow-up series is relevant to follow-ups, keep giving them information. And then your broadcasts would be the Wednesday night presentations. You might have your own presentations that you're doing an email for. So that's a broadcast because you want to invite them to that specific event with a specific date and a time. So you would work in the broadcast for that.
Yeah. Now
So,
it's 10:59, guys.
yeah,
So
no. Mhm.
really, it's see, folks, we can spend a lot of time on this, but I wanted you to see how we work this. You saw basically what's going on with ChatGPT, and I don't be afraid to click button, folks. Just install ChatGPT or go to the site, create your account, and do whatever you want. And there's not a lot of time right now to continue. But the fact here is, you can see what I did here. If I started right from the beginning, is I say, write an email. I was just testing it. Sure. Could you please provide more detail? Of course, they know what I'm talking about. Then I cut and paste this information over here. Okay. And then it turns out, here's a polished version of your email. Okay. You remember the email I showed you earlier? It's exactly this. It says, hi, welcome, blah, blah, blah. Here's the GotBackup. This is where I got this from. Okay.
Mhm.
And here, getting started. And of course, the link over here is just the pound sign, right? So you have to put your link. And so it there. And then from there, I said, I want to create multiple follow-up series with heartfelt message and a different link to view more information and presentation. So boom. So email one, welcome, and introduction to the service. Second email, highlight the business opportunity and the details of here. Third one, encourage action and offering support. Right? Boom, boom, boom. So your journey with GotBackup starts here and it continues. Next step. Okay. And then can you create an email to add my follow-up series for this subject? Um, uh, with the name of the person. Don't just get caught watching. You see the subject I was telling you that were part of the email I purchased. Okay. I did this. So then what I did is I wanted the email to be relevant to the subject that I know people tend to click on to open. So GotBackup came up with this. And I say, okay, create another email with the subject. Don't miss out the name of the person. Time doesn't stand still. And it turned around and create the email. You see, so this is how I partnered. And I kept using one by one all the subjects that I got ChatGPT to add the context based on the subject, right? And from there, I ended up having all my emails. Okay. And then at the end, just this morning, so I'm just skipping all of these here, folks. This morning, can you fix this syntax? Go and watch the 4 principles, blah, blah, blah. And that's when it saw this. Okay. And that's why you'll notice that this email was created, right? Based on the fact that, can you add another email that I just did that this morning to my email series with upcoming event in October. That's the one you guys just saw. And I keep going on and on. I can add an infinite amount of emails as I see fit based on the context that I think would make sense. And that was on the pre-enrollee. Now I'm just going to finish on this. Is now the GotBackup series. These are the email series that I purchased from GotBackup. Okay, and these are the emails that Joel have created. Okay, so I've sent them, and you can see here out of 317 sent, 128 open. That's a pretty good open rate. That's not bad at all. Okay, the reason why you see a higher bounce rate at the beginning is because these are brand new leads. We know that some people will opt in. They don't put their real emails. The emails don't work. So at the beginning, the first email you send is the reason why you'll see a higher bounce rate. But as you keep moving forward, it goes down because now it's just, things happen, email changes, maybe it's something happened, whatever, but that's normal. Okay. And you notice the spam score is always 0. You don't want this to go, I don't like to see a number there at all. You do not want, if you see a 5 point, that's spam. You do not want, it will not go through. And then your emails, people are not going to receive them. So you want to make sure your spam score is 0. Okay. And from there, you can see if I click on the eye here. Oh. Okay. So what I did here is I've used their email, but I put a little picture here so they see who they're talking to. It's Chris and Tammy here. Well, obviously I'm sending it from my email, so it's Christian. And this, I'm using the exact content that GotBackup has laid out over here. View your power line, blah, 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 and everything else. You notice here, I put in my social media here so they get to know me. Okay, so that's how I've kind of customized the emails that are receiving, that my prospects are receiving. And the last thing, folks, on the VIP package here, again, we're not going to do a training on that, but this is the reason why, Tammy, talk about the VIP on our presentations, because we use that all the time, right? Every time we do an event, we have the memory place over here. And what we've done 2 events, physical events. One, it was a Christmas party, December 25th, last year, right? We took him all here, and that was the GotBackup business event that we did. So these were all some pictures that we did. So view, upload photo videos. If you click on that, right, it'll take you to all the videos that are, sorry, that was our Christmas party.
All the games we were playing.
Maybe
oh my God, we had so much fun.
So again, so just to show you here, video streaming, you saw that earlier, right? So the video sharing and stream. So everything that Tammy and I do, all the videos we do, we upload them all here. That's when we're in Daytona Beach. You can see here, we have a few of them. Some of the videos that we use, Mystara and so forth, other invitations, word of wisdom, things like that. And what happens is when we have our link in our emails, that's where we get our links from, right? This is the beautiful video that Dr. James and Ann Turnbull put the work together on. And it's a great video. Right?
Today I'm going to introduce you to GotBackup, a game-changing company that lets you tap into 2.
Okay, it's been viewed like 38 times, whatever. So these are my prospects. So that's again, this kind of ends up a little bit of our training here segment. But folks, at the end of the day, this lead capture system is a wonderful, wonderful marketing system. And I really recommend that you watch the videos. Every time you're on somewhere, for example, broadcasting, you watch the videos on how this work over here. And they'll walk you through all the details, straightforward. And this is one of the things that you need to spend time is you need to spend time learning a little bit of the process of how things goes. And you'll notice here that we've been going on at it for a while here. Look at the amount of email. So we send that every single week. We send the email for, let's see here, join us live tomorrow. That's the Friday presentation that we did yesterday. This morning over here, okay? 351 sent, 41 open. A lot of time people kind of know. So often they may just have the link already, or they use their affiliate link, right? So they may choose to click or not. But the fact is they open the email. You can see here, this evening, join us live this evening. This is the presentation that Joel does on Wednesday night. Okay, so we're constantly exposing information to our downline. I'm just going to delete that because this is obviously an email we just constructed for the for the purpose of this training. I don't want to send up by mistake. So, folks, at the end of the day, this is how it works. Just familiarize yourself with the content that you have in your back office of GotBackup. There's so many things that are available here. And guys, we can go for another hour talking about everything, but I think that video will give you enough details. And remember that you can skip segments. If I'm talking about certain thing you don't want to hear again, skip it. Right? Move the cursor to the point that you want to hear it and focused on that, and learn the process on building the email marketing system so you can automate your business. The one thing I hate that I forgot to do this, Tammy. This is important. The one thing I didn't talk about here, if I talk about my system here, if I go back to my follow up, how do I automate my business? Now, if I go back to my resellers, okay, and we'll end on this, promise. So there's not that many emails over here.
You have to share screen, Chris.
Oh.
While he's doing that, once you set and forget, it's amazing. Obviously, broadcasting presentations, all you need to do is change the date, really.
Yeah, exactly.
Everything the same. You can play with different subjects to see which ones work better. But
yeah, I keep reloading the same email, recreating the same email, duplicate it, and I can, it's very straightforward. And then I just edit it with the email. But you go back here on follow up and I select my resellers. This is why that first email is so critical. That's what automates my business. So I don't have to train every single person that are willing to at least open the email to see what's in there. When you click on that, okay, what I do is find your moment. Again, recognize the people that you're working with. And hello, you're now registered with GotBackup. Welcome to the team, blah, blah, blah. Starting right. Set up your registration link. Join the GotBackup board. Join the Telegram group. Set your target. Log into your member area. Install GotBackup, your software and everything else. So it's pointing to, if I go back here, make sure that this is actually correct. Oh, I have to change the link. I have to modify the link.
You're going through that, yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking there's some things that we need to update because it's growing so fast.
Yeah, and I'm realizing here that also my social media thing I'm glad doing this training. I realized I forgot to modify this email, right? So start talking to potential customers in business. And anyway, so at the end of the day, folks, that first email here, it tells your people. So the moment they choose to activate, they get an email from you showing them what they need to do and how to plug in. And often when you go to our Telegram group, that's the reason why people opt in. So if I go back here and I go back to one moment. Okay. Let me just bring this over here for one moment. Okay. So you can see here that often when you see new people that are opting in, well, via the link, this is it. This is what's going on in some cases. It's not everybody, but right. So it's important that people are aware. There's 66 people online. There's 1,500 plus people in here. So this is where we communicate to the GotBackup platform. So let me just put this back where it was, back here. Okay. So again, these are all things that will automate your business, folks. And it's really, really important that you understand the importance of having the system working for you so you can have more time for yourselves and live the life that you want to live, right? Opposed to the life that you have to live because you always have to work. So automation is good, but remember that we're a creature that needs that interaction, that face-to-face, belly-to-belly. As much as I love technology, folks, don't ever forget that physical events, shaking hands, hugging, meeting, talking face-to-face over a coffee, this is really important. Everything we're sharing with you, it's an add-on to extend your reach and to automate your business. So after you met, there's another extension to what you have to offer as a service, as an upline leader, or as a business person. So, Tammy, I guess we can end on this note. Back to you. Yeah.
Joe Bowman had a couple of questions at the bottom there that you can address.
Yeah, I was looking. I didn't see any questions. Where can I create a sample opt-in link?
A simple opt-in link.
Okay. So the opt-in link here is it's over here. This is what you don't need to create these things. They're done for you, right? So the opt-in link, I recommend that you use one of those tools. Okay. And if, let's say, you're not certainly 100% happy with what's here, you would like to create your own, well, that's where the VIP becomes interesting. I didn't talk about it here, but you have here the custom promo page. Okay. So when you click on that, okay, now
Share
you can,
screen.
you see here, we have our own. Okay.
Let me
That's
share
the one.
screen.
That's a video that Tammy and I did.
Chris, you didn't share screen.
Oh my God. Okay. So I went to my VIP, and under my VIP, I click on custom promo page over here. And then you have all of these things that you can do, right? You can even create a promo page based on rank advancements from your team members. There's so many things that you can do. Watch the video here explaining you how all of this works. Okay. So there's a lot of information there, but I hope that kind of answer your question here is the question to the answer to your question. It goes back to how do you get an opt-in link? This is what it is. Don't recreate it. Use the system that are there, because this system is designed to get people on board, right? So it's pretty straightforward. And the reason why I like this link also is that it has this nice little video that we play every time before we start our presentation. It has all the information that it possibly could need. Sign up today. We'll take you right here and enroll on the spot. Okay. If you think that they need a bit more space, a bit more time, then use maybe another link. Maybe you want to use this one over here. I love this one. Right? You send it to someone, put your name and email right here. And then you start receiving emails from me, and you'll see on the pre-enrollee, whatever you have in there, they're going to start receiving from you. So that's the best answer I can give you, that you don't spend a lot of time building and putting things together, but you're actually starting to make money because people are interested, or at least viewing the information that will build the interest for you to convert them as an associate. That's where you want to spend your time, not building tools. Hopefully that helps.
Yeah, and when you put your email system together, when you take the time to work on it, as we always teach everybody that we work with, is don't do this on your money-making productive time. You need to do this on if you decide, you're going to take a Sunday and you're just going to spend the Sunday doing this, or you're going to do it late in the evening, or get up an extra hour early in the morning and start building your email system. Once it's done, then it's automated. So it's really exciting. Chris and I are just me more than Chris, because Chris has tapped into some of this stuff in the past, but I'm learning it just since last May, not this May, but when we started. I just watched the videos, you guys, and then I just stop and start, and I learned how to build it out. Plus, I found it very helpful to buy the emails done for you. And then that way you can learn the system by purchasing the first amount, and then you just extend by adding follow-ups and using ChatGPT, using different things to help you build out this email system. So yeah, I would go in there. You need to invest in your business. At the end of the day, those who invest in their business and they invest the time into learning how to use the tools so that they can teach and train their team members, those are the ones that go up the ranks. Those are the ones that are always growing in this business. Yeah. And so it's important to do that.
Yeah, and I just want to finish congratulating Dr. Asari. They're having an event right now. A lot of the team members are actually not here because they're live in Ghana, and they're having this amazing event over there. So congratulations to the Ghana team. And folks, that's what it's all about. I really encourage you guys to, as I mentioned earlier, all these marketing, technology things are wonderful. It's an extension of you. People need to know who you are. They need to just to see the real you, and that's what's so important. So, listen, guys. I know we went a little over the hour here by a few minutes here, 17 minutes. So, but I think that it's an important training. We've given you basically what Tammy and I do on a daily basis. And my recommendation is, if you have any comments, if you like what share, hit the like button. That helps the algorithm for more people to see it. And put your comments in a comment section, so maybe we can respond and create a thread of information there that could give you more details based on your point of view and some things you might be doing relevant to this GotBackup marketing system.
Yeah, and if you like this training, make sure you click on the like, and so we can have this getting out there to more people, so everything grows.
Beautiful. Okay, folks. Again, sorry for taking a little bit longer here, but it is what it is when you're dealing with these kind of things. So thank you so much for attending. Remember that Wednesday, Joel Terry is doing a presentation, our CEO. Friday morning, we do a presentation at 11. And I know there's a lot of presentation. If you go back to the GotBackup, and again, finish on that. I'll finish on this because I think this is important to show. If you go to the GotBackup digital tools, and you go back to GotBackup, and you use business, and you go to live webinars. Again, a lot of folks are not aware of this, but you go to webinars. Look at this, guys. You have here in English, what's in French, and Italian, and Spanish very, very, very soon. So you click on the English, for example, and you're going to see here it open up the Wednesday, the Friday, and the Saturday. Okay, and let's say we want to go in French. Then we have here Noel, I believe, and there's going to be others in French. There's going to be others that are going to coming up different times. In Italian, we have Sylvia and Walter. They do an excellent presentation in Italiano. So again, it's really, really cool. Let's see here.
It's going to be amazing when we see all the different languages, all the different leaders around.
Well, eventually, that's it. We should have Russia. I mean, folks, this is what's exciting over here. But tell me, we want to end on this note because we can go on and on and on and on and on. So we're excited for you. I hope that you're going to take this information and make some good use of it. So have yourself a great, wonderful rest of your weekend, everybody. And bye for now.